Talking about Mr. Biden. All right. Get some people joining in the fun. Why you got my headphones on, don't I? Mr. Biden.
Oops. Right. Oh, shit. I got to mute that. There we go.
Check 1, 2. All right. So we're slowly coming up.
I love watching the delay on this.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? A little bit. All right, boys and girls.
I am being messaged by Melissa to say, watch my mouth. I don't know. I must have swore last time. I don't know.
Melissa, what the hell? Hey, it's an adult program, right? My headset. 222. There we go. How's your headset volume?
Oh, pretty good.
All right. That was really loud. Hey, guys, post comment if there's anything goofy going on with the audio. We're bopping around. So this week, live at SecureIt. Lots of stuff happening. I'm going to tell you, it's been a crazy week. People travel. I was down in Florida for a little R&R and checking on a car project. For those who don't know, I'm building 2 Elmquist Sabres. They're it's like America's first kit car. It looks kind of like an AC Cobra about 10 years earlier and dramatically smaller. One is a street car, which I should be picking up, hoping in about 6 weeks. And then the second car is going to Bonneville next year. I'm going to compete for Class J land speed record in this tiny little car. It's going to have a Suzuki GSX 750 turbocharged motor. We're hoping for maxing out about 400 horsepower. I'm going to have boost control within the car and like to see 220 on the salt, but we don't have to go anywhere near that fast to set a record. The Class J is sports car with a 750cc or smaller motor. So that's a really tiny engine, and they don't make cars like that anymore, and they haven't for a long time. That's kind of what's going on the personal side. And I'm out in the shop getting my, we're building the SecureIt Fastbox, 1966 Ford Falcon, which I'm really kind of humorously thinking about doing that in black and putting Fastbox on it because it is a square, boxy car.
You know, for gun place, we always get distracted by cars and motorcycles a lot, I've noticed.
Yeah, we do. It's, yeah, guys, if you came here, our warehouse used to be full of gun safes and cabinets and all the stuff that we do. We moved warehouses. We're now in Memphis and then in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And the warehouse here now is kind of there's a video studio out there for shooting product videos, and then it's kind of our playground.
Yeah.
For auto work. We do product development.
There's QC back there.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of stock, probably smaller than the space of this room.
For the size of the warehouse, it's kind of funny how the quality control, that's Becca's area, is kind of slowly getting pushed.
We're too scared to tell her no.
Boys with their toys. Absolutely. 2 years ago, I built an old Corvette, and this year it's the Falcon. I try to build a car every 2 years in the over the winter. Just kind of keeps my my head sane. So guys, let's if guys got questions, as always, we're live. Purpose of the show is to just interact with customers and people. If you have questions of any kind, any topic, ask away. There's not a, I don't believe in being politically correct or even socially acceptable. I don't know. But some interesting news happening. I thought I would share. I was reading in, I think it was The Hill, had an article. Biden in his State of the Union said he wanted, we're going to increase funding for police, but then he also wants to go after guns. And it's really interesting because he made several comments about that. But then when you look at what's happening in the Senate and the House, it's really interesting. Schumer, who's senator out of New York, he's promised several gun groups that he was going to bring pretty hardcore gun legislation to the Senate floor. He's not going to do it. He won't, because there's so many Democrats that are vulnerable in the midterm election, and they don't want to bring this to a vote. They don't want, they're reading the tea leaves like a lot of us. And with all the COVID, with all the defund police, with all the violence in cities and things, you've got a lot of people who were former, not only were they not gun owners, but there are a lot of people who are more anti-gun who now have purchased their first firearms. And I've talked to a few of them, and it's really interesting because they were hesitant. They took some classes. They got a handgun or a rifle. They continued their training, went to the range, and they found they really liked it. And now they're going to a range on a regular basis. They're getting additional training, and it's kind of becoming part of their lives, as it should if you're going to own firearms. But I think the Second Amendment debate is pretty safe. My hunch tells me it's just pretty safe right now. I don't think there's a big threat. They're afraid to bring this to a vote because they think if people vote in support of it, they're going to start losing elections, which that's if you support the 2A. That's the way we kind of want it.
Everybody, I was about to tell you, everybody's staring at my ugly mug.
Oh, it's interesting. I had the wrong camera going.
One of the things too is if you look at the manufacturing, traditionally gun manufacturing was in the Northeast, us, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and those are the unpopular states for politicians with guns. So, we've lost manufacturers. I believe Massachusetts has too, and they all moved down south or, to other more friendly states for them.
Yeah, I was taught, we spoke with Stag Arms. In fact, it's in the tripod, our Stag 6.5 Creedmoor. And they moved out to Montana, I think.
Somewhere out
west. And there's a ton of gun companies. I've got it's interesting. We've got the Agents of Change show. We start filming next week. I'll be down in Texas shooting several segments, and then I've got a bunch of groups coming to some ranges in Minneapolis to shoot. We're gonna have the Mars rifle will be on this show. That's not in the market yet. It's a really interesting gun. And we're gonna go down with shoot a segment with Pulsar. Some of the things happen. I'm not gonna spill too much candy on what we're doing with that. The show will start airing in early July, Thursdays at 7:30. It'll run 3 more times off Prime, and then it'll repeat in the fourth quarter. As we get closer to running the show, this live broadcast, this podcast will change to the Agents of Change podcast, and we're going to have the representatives of these companies, some of the people, and who are driving change and making these differences as guests on the show the weeks that their products will be featured on the show. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really exciting to just kind of get this community of people who are really working to drive change, and it's positive change in the firearms community. So guys, again, don't hesitate to post questions. That is seems really quiet today. I got people watching, but nobody's
Well, Astro Guy is I don't know if it's a video, but he's referencing SecureIt over Gallotech. Me personally, I work here, so I prefer our stuff, but I think there's a big aesthetic part of it for me. It's just the more modern look to it, and it's less kind of Cold War-ish looking.
It's the Gallotech stuff is quality stuff. And Gallotech, that design is a copy of Dasco data. If you Google search Dasco out of Canada, Steve Moulton and I designed that system in 2002, 2003. It's the first weapon storage system I ever was part of. And we developed a series of cabinets and a big wall system and sold that. We sold that into the U.S. military to about 2005, 2006. And I saw a problem with the system for the U.S. military, and Steve and I, he wouldn't make changes I wanted to see happen. So we moved away from them, and that's when we created the tactical weapon storage platform, now called Cradle Grid. But the system works. There's nothing wrong with it. I like ours better. One of the big differences, and certainly was huge in the military, our system is fairly open architecture. You can go to Home Depot and buy bins and trays and things to store gear, whereas systems like Gallotech, you have to buy every single component from them. It's not compatible with anything.
Well, the nice thing too, long before I started here, when we got the cabinets for our arms room, we had a couple weapons that were brand new. It was the 320 grenade launcher.
Yeah.
And, the military, I don't even know if they had anything to store it yet, but we had the cabinets and we just adapted what we had to fit those. And they're a really funky shape where they don't really fit in our cradles that much, but we found a way to use the cradles anyway to get them in there. And now with our snap grip, we actually have a little bit different way to do it, where the armors can hold them upside down and they just snap right in really great. But I think the adaptability is what really sets us apart.
When we launched Cradle Grid 2008, it was a game changer for the military because it's one piece. The upper cradle holds everything from any kind of a small carbine up to 50 cals, Mark 19s, and shoulder launch systems. Whereas the competing systems had a different bracket for every weapon system. So the DASCO system, they had 270 different components. Space Saver has about 85 different components. And when the military started using the Cradle Grid system, they realized the simplicity that once they had it, it was like a Lego, or like they call it the Tetris rack in the Marines out in Pendleton. And then the third group was calling it the Lego rack, where they would just start building their weapon storage cabinets. So it's, we've always said the simplest solutions. I keep not switching cameras.
Maybe the cameras are just drawn to me.
You look good today. Yeah, the simplest solutions are the ones that last, that withstand the test of time. And we've always done that here. I'm a big believer of that. To keep it simple, and it always comes back. Junk drawer in your kitchen, what's in it? Pair of pliers, duct tape, hammer, screwdriver. You keep the simplest tools around because you can solve the most problems.
Mine's full of chopsticks and Chinese food menus right now, and one 4-way screwdriver. So there is something handy in there.
Well, we've got, I don't know if Becca's watching or not. Becca is quality control and QC, product development, and we take her tools and her stuff.
You take my tools and stuff too. That's why we all hide them on you.
Well, if I recall, I had a toolbox it's pretty.
Well, I know you took it back, so now we had to have
all the tools that disappeared, and then all of a sudden I got names written on them.
Yeah, so back in our shop area, it's kind of a fun thing. We have our actual work that we do, and then there's Tom's car area. So the tools are actually his, but we need to steal them occasionally for our stuff. And so sometimes it's hard to find where he has them. So Becca ordered her own tools and hides them on Tom. And I ended up just buying mine because I saw some on sale that I liked, and I had them in my desk drawer for when I need them.
That's funny. Yeah. All right, guys. So the chat seems really quiet today.
Well, it says we got. Oh, wow.
I'm not seeing them. I'm not streaming. Then I'm not.
I just got two. I got Astro Guy and Spellman. Boys in there. Oh yeah, and you already saw that one. Probably everybody's watching at work and trying not to let their boss catch on.
There you go. Doing. Yeah, we thought about changing up the times of when we do this, but I'm gonna send back a note. Get that going. Yeah, all's quiet. There's people are afraid to. People are all gun shy today.
When are you going to take out the pellet gun and give that a few tries?
I need air for it. This is a.
There's air all around us.
No, FX Impact. I've got to get out to the dive shop and get my tank filled. I'm completely out of air. Things barking at me.
No, it's getting nice and warm. My kid's bugging me to get them out to the range this weekend.
Yeah, this is actually the FX Impact is. It's a 30 caliber pellet. You can actually take a deer with it. So, and it's incredibly accurate. So we'll shoot some video of that this summer. We've got the 6.5 Creedmoor. I've got two of those built now, the Stag, and then we've got a Savage 110 Elite. We'll probably do a little competition with those two rifles this summer. We got to figure out the range. We've got room, but we got to figure that out. There's a lot of work involved. 10 a.m. at work. That would be East Coast or West Coast. That used to be me. I was in California for 20 years.
I only lived there for one summer as a kid.
That's right. Yeah, you were.
I got to be on the news though, because somebody set our apartment building on fire on my 5th birthday. Don't know what city I was in, but I can tell you the date of one of the fires out there.
Steven's mom raised him in an alternate way.
Hippies. Yeah, so I rebelled against my mom by running off and joining the military.
There you go. So, guys, other things happening. We're going to be launching a driving and listening. Excellent. We're going to be launching we're calling the program,
Which
for our users to share their experience and earn credits with us.
I should know the name of it. Right now, Olivia's rolling her eyes at us.
I know she's killing us.
She's like,
It's
yeah, we're going to get a lecture after this.
Normally we're a lot more prepared for this show, but with all the travel and everything going on, it's all of a sudden it's like, hey guys, we're live in 15 minutes.
Yeah. And I was out yesterday. Good homeowner fix it stuff. So
That's right. That's right. Check Keith out in Everett, Washington. Pretty country out there.
Oh, I'd like to see that. That's one area I've never been to.
My plan was to live north of Seattle back in the early 90s, late 80s. I ran a business in California. We opened an office in Seattle in the Pioneer Building in Pioneer Square. We had an office. So I was going up there all the time. And the wife and I talked about moving up there, taking over that office, and then moving the headquarters up to Seattle. But things went different, and we ended up not doing that. And now with the politics of Seattle, holy crap.
Even Vermont, like everybody thinks it's like, just happy hippies, but I'm from out that area for my dad's side, and they used to be pretty pro-gun, and even now they're starting to slip.
Yeah, it's a shame. The
Keith does not support Seattle.
No, I know. It's too bad because there's a lot of really cool stuff to Seattle. The people are good. The politics are bad. Getting out in the sound is just incredible. I mean, it's beautiful country up there. I actually don't mind the weather, but
Dan has a good idea for a range day, and that's something we should look at. See if the gun club, if we can like rent it out for a day.
Yeah, we're gonna do SecureIt range days. We got to get a little more work done on the ranch, and we can have a SecureIt ranch day as well.
Yeah, you and I need that just because we're so bad at the sporting clays that we got to redeem ourselves with the pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah, that was I've gotten a lot better at it, but it's been
I'm still pretty awful.
How are the 22 pegs coming? As far as I know, they are.
I am updated on that, and I actually saw the new design.
All right.
Ron went away from my original design, and I like his better. So hopefully that works out. But the pistol pegs, we're still looking at hopefully late summer, early fall. We're having lead time issues with some of the suppliers. Normal lead times for a lot of the stuff we do is usually only 4 weeks, and I think the ones for one of those suppliers was 14. So we're looking at trying to get that down, and so we can get it into our normal, turnaround for getting products made and, prototypes and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the lights are coming. That PO's been placed.
Yep. They're working on that right now. We're looking at still early May with those. And we have 4 prototypes floating around the office. I think one's in there right now, but it's hard to see, but that's what's lighting up the rifle barrel.
It is hard. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. For some reason, the lighting over there seems this just isn't. Yeah. The lighting's a little odd today.
Yeah, I have all 4 of them by my desk, so every time I walk by, they turn on and off. So we're gonna some redneck long-term testing on it to see how well they do. But so far, they are great. I love them.
Yeah. So anyhow, those should be in stock. And
May.
I thought we were getting some rushed, weren't we?
That I don't know. I didn't ask Ron about the lights because I thought I had the answers on that, but
we'll figure that out. So we got
I am wrong.
There's the big. We had some studio rework done. I had a camera crap out on us, so we're kind of moving stuff around, and it just seems dark, doesn't it? I don't know. My screen just looks a little darker than normal.
I always get one of those lights gets the camera reflection right off my glasses dead on.
Yeah. So other things that are happening, we can talk about the TrueSafe. We don't talk about that very much, and we're going to get back into talking about that more. The True Safe, we designed it and we build it. It's we call it that because it is a true safe, double-walled steel safe filled with a cement composite. It's really heavy. It's fairly fireproof, incredibly
It's
strong.
really fireproof compared to everything.
Well,
else,
compared
but
to else,
yeah.
I still say, fire ratings, in a really hot cooker, not much is going to survive. That's the reality. Now, this summer, we are going to build we're going to build a room. We're going to simulate a home room out in the ranch, and we are going to cook off some safes and show people what actual fire ratings, what the door says, and what the real world performance is. I think people will be surprised. We're going to take our bets as to how long we think a safe will go. Also, we're going to be having a contest coming up. With my schedule, I'm traveling a lot now with the show. I'm not sure the exact timing of this, but we are going to be having a contest that everybody can enter to pick a time for how long it'll take me to break into a safe. And we're going to demonstrate that. And then I'm going to do the same break-in on the True Safe and show you guys what a real safe does or how it performs, because there's a stark difference. And I think people will be really, really surprised. But I'm also going to cook that one off. We're going to do some ammunition storage testing. There's some products out there, ammo storage, that I think are a little dangerous, and we're going to cook them off. Ammo in a fire normally just burns off, just crackles. It's fairly safe. There are some storage products out there that I think are going to pose a dangerous situation. So we are going to cook those off in a controlled environment, simulating a fire, but it's my belief that they're going to explode. It'll make for good video if it does.
That's one thing. I've gotten a lot of customers that are looking for a smaller than what we have for the ammo storage, for store their rounds in. And, it actually surprised me because, as a kid, my dad just had all his in a tackle box. He didn't have a lot of ammo, just had a little bit. I keep mine in those plastic things at a locked area in my house, but I've never really stuck them in a cabinet. It's more been shelving organization because I worry about the guns getting stolen, and ammo's more, the ammunition for it, and I haven't worried about it as much.
No, I don't either. My ammo is in, I've got a locked cabinet. It's in my garage, actually, and I really don't worry about it. We got a question. Are you planning any biometric locks? We're not. We're looking at, we are going to be adding electronics, RFID, and possibly phone app, secure access using phone app. Biometrics is really problematic. And
there's good ones, but they're pricey.
Still, though, when it comes down to it with biometrics, if your hands are dirty, they don't open. If your hands are really wet, they don't open. If you're wearing gloves, they don't open. Everything we make is designed so if somebody kicks in your front door, if you follow the principles of decentralized storage, you're armed in 3 or 4 seconds. Biometric locks can't guarantee that, because if you're painting, your hands are, if you're working on a car, if your hands are really dirty, they're not going to open. Again, if your hands are really wet, or if you're wearing gloves. So we're not at this point considering biometric. We are looking at RFID and some other solutions that we're testing right now. RFID is going to be part of the handgun storage solution, and we will probably integrate that with some of our current products, as well as we're looking at a phone app-based security solution for granting access to safes. Whereas if you're traveling, your safe is secure. You can allow someone access with your phone to their phone to your safe. But there's some security concerns and things we got to work out.
The biometric, one thing I could be wrong, excuse me, but SecureRAM has a biometric scan lock. So it is something you could retrofit or answers with if they, just really had to have it and preferred that. I have not tested those keypads though, but they should just hook up to the lock that's in there. But they are really pricey from the ones I saw compared to like a lot of the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't looked at it myself. So I saw your note. We're going late summer for 22 pistol pegs.
Yeah, because we had talked about it, so I just kind of threw it on there for Joel.
The challenge with timing on this stuff is we just can't. You design it and think you're just going to go make them and have a bunch of them, and with all the with making the tooling and doing everything, it just takes. Hey, we got a special guest today. Look who's coming in. Hey. What's this?
You're gonna have white fur all over you.
There we go. We got a special office visitor today. Oh boy. That's awesome.
We easily get distracted by dogs,
Yeah.
motorcycles, and cars in this place.
Yeah, at SecureIt, you certainly.
Oh, and rock music with random humming that you and I do in the office.
Occasionally, yeah. That goes on. But it's bring your dog to work day today. There. Oh wait. I don't quite have back on the camera.
Well, he's hiding down there anyway.
Yeah. So anyhow, guys, it's post questions away. We are here for a little bit longer, and if you've got questions, ask them. But again, pistol peg late summer. I wish it was faster. It's just the tooling time to make the tools, to make the pieces. I just can't go out and do it. We're relying on a lot on outside firms and things, and it just takes time.
And it really depends on what we're making too. There was a couple things that we pushed through really quick, like the magazine holder. I think we had that design made and ready to ship before marketing even knew it. We just came up with the idea. We're going to change it and just did it. But that's a simple, cut the metal, fold the metal, powder coat it, and we're done. Where you have to have the brass fittings and the different hardware and stuff to get the pistol peg just right.
Yeah, it's I always get frustrated because I like to have things done yesterday, and
we know.
Yeah, I know, and everybody gets bitching. I see Dan with the Kylo comment. That was Kylo. That's Dan. Dan is the.
Oh, you're not supposed to tell who that is.
Oh,
but Dan knows us.
Yeah, Dan, let's just say Dan knows Kylo really well.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think of what else we've got going on right now.
Oh, well, we do. Ron did tell me we went over some accessories that we're looking to do. Some of them should go pretty quickly once we make the call on it. But we're looking to expand the accessories. Just some simple things for better organization and storage that Ron is working on. So hopefully we'll have some more news on that later.
Is that the magazine holder? Are we not supposed to talk about that?
Well, he told me accessories
accessories, yeah.
Because also he doesn't like the pressure of all of a sudden he thinks he has to have it right away. So I'm trying to temper it a little bit so we save Ron some stress.
Yeah, we are redesigning the magazine holder. I'm going to sneak that one right out there, and then
which I think is funny because the one we have works really good in a couple of the configurations, but I think the two people who dislike it the most in the company are me and you, and we designed it. Everybody else is like, oh, it works great.
Yeah, that's
to me. I'd rather just throw them in a bin, but that's one of the things he's working on. Ron is with magazine holders, making them like nicely stored and organized, like our current magazine holder, but quicker access. Where right now you have to kind of put them in one at a time, and it's a little time consuming. And if you want to grab them quick, you can't. But so he's making it so it's a little bit more grab and go, but still organized.
Yeah, it's I use bins. I like plastic bins. I've got tons of those all over all of my storage, just because they're lightweight, easy. I like to be able to pick up a bin full of stuff. Like if I'm working on a gun, go to my bench, everything's in the bin that I need. Put the bin back in the cabinet. So, in fact, on my home system, I have the only accessories I have are bins, guns and bins.
I have one of our shelves, a couple bins, and then I got these weird little half pipe pieces of plastic that you let me snag that you were messing around with as prototypes years ago, and I use that to store my shotgun barrels.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
It red injected molded thing. I think you're looking at it for 50 cal barrel storage or something way back, but it holds it horizontal.
Oh yeah. I remember those U-shaped, those big.
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
Those are available. They're not prototype. They're actually sold by like Acromil or somebody.
Yeah, they're useful. It's not ideal. I think actually, for my spare barrels, I'd be better off with our horizontal displays because that would work great for spare barrels. But like for my shotgun, because I have a prototype cabinet, it just doesn't fit with my field barrel. So I have to put a tactical barrel on it to get it to fit. All my other rifles fit in that prototype cabinet except for that one shotgun.
Yeah, it's it's become painfully obvious today. We're going to have to get a producer in here.
Oh yeah,
because I've got the switchboard. I've got we're using
well, we got new marketing people.
a rolling board, a rolling switcher, and I'm just multitasking ineffectively, we'll say.
Well, radio stations all have interns. You know, we need just a little intern that we come in here and does all that stuff.
That is true. Hey, if you're at Syracuse University Newhouse School of is it Newhouse?
Everything's Newhouse up there, I think.
The communication school. We're looking for intern for videographer, video editing, and other things like that. So by all means. Is there anything else that we've got to report today? I'm trying to think. Again, I've been out of the loop. I've been traveling a lot, and
I think that's all I got for the new products. Let me see if I missed anything. The pistol case. Whoops. You know what? Let me bring that up to the right page. We got notes on that. So the pistol case, we're waiting on our second prototype to be finished. That's getting made right now. We're still looking at late fall if all goes to plan. But, you know, again, it's lead times that are really messing us up and making us, you know, it's hard to estimate when we'll have this out because of different custom made parts that we're having for it.
Yeah, this is a major product for us. We've got a lot of time, money, and effort put into this one, and it's going to be it's a different take on handgun storage. Fast access, very fast access, secure with some additional features. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this one. I think we're still targeting fourth quarter, October 30th release or September.
I just have fall. So.
Okay, we are going to be launching a pre-launch sale to everybody who's part of the SecureIt team. If you're a SecureIt customer, you'll have access to it. If you're not, but you're interested, go to our website and just sign up, get on our mailing list. And there's going to be a pre-sale launch at a significant discount, almost like a crowdfunding. I mean, it's not, we're not, but we've got it. We've got this thing paid for. But we just want to, you know, for all the people that have been buying or been supporting the company, give them the opportunity to get into this new system at probably about 40% off the price, 40, 50%. It's going to be a significant discount to it. Also, the interest in the product will help us gauge what is our initial run. Do we make, you know, 5,000? Do we make 25,000? So that's coming. And I'll talk to Chris. I don't know the exact timing of that.
You know, one of the things that we're looking to do in the future, and I don't even know if we've updated you on that, but Ron and I have talked a few times about modularity, just as some of our existing products, if they go through a redesign phase, to, you know, when we look at them, to try to make everything compatible. Because I get questions, hey, can you mount the fast box to an Agile, which right now you can't unless you drill some custom holes. But we're going to try to make everything as compatible as possible. So if they want to extend it into our other product lines, you know, it's something that we've been floating around. You know, we might not be able to do it with all products, but we're hoping to. And we got a Johnny D.
I see that.
Would it be cool if the sidewalls on any storage unit were magnetic and you could hang guns and mags? That would be tough to pull off, but there are some products out there that work well for it.
I'll tell you what. We'd have to do a lot of research on it. Outside of guns and a lot of, like in the auto industry, if you build engines, magnetism is really dangerous. It's bad.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you're using magnets, and if the metal picks up, you know, the molecules of steel align in a polar direction, and that makes things magnetic. Having something attached to a magnet can pull that and actually make something magnetic. You don't want a firearm to have any magnetic qualities to it whatsoever, because what happens is metal filings, any bit of metal sticks to it, and that's wear. So I'm not sure.
I use there's a company that we've worked with in the past, and I use some of their magnetic strips. I just attach them to the upside of my fast box and put pistol mags there. It's pistol mags, I don't care if they're magnetic, but they work pretty well. And you know, that is probably something we should look at. I know that one of the tough things they had is because they put a rubber coating around it to make sure, you know, whatever you're sticking to it doesn't get scratched up. And because it's a powerful magnet, it's hard to align it in the mold. And I know they had trouble with it, but I believe last time I checked, they're offering it again. So that might be something we can look at in the future, because it is pretty handy for magazines. But again, I wouldn't do it with my gun. Like,
do we have a
for the
mag?
same.
Do we have a mag hook here? I think we do. Underneath the shelf.
Oh, yep.
Grab that. We've got yeah. This is now we use these in the military for bayonets, for also anything with slings, with gear. And they hold, these are rated for,
I think it's 30 pounds.
Yeah, if you're into 14 gauge steel or heavier, the thickness of the steel the magnet goes to determines its strength. But these are available on the website, and they actually hold quite a bit. And I've got these. In fact, my wife's got these on. We've got a door that's got a bunch of these on it we use for hanging stuff.
Yeah, customers have asked me when they're buying them, they're like, what's it for? I'm like, it is for 1,000 different things. We have one in your office we use for a doorstop. We use them to hang coats on here. The military uses them for spare barrels until they put so many spare barrels in their bag that it made it too heavy for it.
Yeah.
Oh God, we just have those things everywhere. I got a couple on my magnetic board just holding stuff because, it holds them really well. And with the shaft out there, you can disengage it fairly easily. Yeah, sorry, I kicked all your lights there.
You did, yeah. I noticed the.
But yeah, there's a million uses for those. So if you're looking at getting some accessories and you're not sure what to get, you can never go wrong with the magnetic hooks.
So guys, we're running on about 45 minutes. Anybody have any last questions, concerns, thoughts for the day? By all means, ask them, and we can go over it. But there's a lot of stuff happening right now on the marketing side of SecureIt. And there's not a lot of detail I can go into things, but there's going to be some major announcements in the coming weeks. Now, we do the live show every Friday. I'll be traveling. I'm going to be down in Austin or Dallas next week. And then the following week, I'm not sure if I'm here or not. We're shooting all the segments for Agents of Change for the TV show. That'll be airing on the Sportsman's Channel in early July. It'll be Thursday nights at 7:30. And that show will be people, products, and companies that are driving innovation and change in the firearms industry. And it's really exciting. We've got some really neat products, got some great people involved in that project. So as that comes along, again, this broadcast will turn into the Agents of Change podcast. And I think it's going to be pretty popular. I think people are going to find some of this stuff fascinating and really interesting.
Yeah, I'm always amazed with the tech parts of it, but I'm an old man at heart. I like things simple, but still I'm a techie, so I love to see what's going on with it, even if it's some of the stuff that I don't necessarily use. Like even when I was in the Army, I barely put anything on my M4 when I was deployed. It was bare minimum. We had guys who had everything on there, but that's because I'm so old. I was Cold War trained.
Way back when.
Yeah.
You're trained with M16A2?
Yeah, it was an A2, the SAW. I was trained on the M60. We didn't have 240s for a while. When I joined, it was about 2 years after the Berlin Wall fell, but the Army was still in the Cold War, training mode and hadn't adapted yet.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what happens with.
We might go back to that training mode.
I don't know. It's. I'll tell you what. Watching what's going on in Ukraine is the whole world now realizes that the Russian.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, the Russian military is not a organized, trained fighting force by any means. Wow. Yeah. And now you've got Ukraine attacked one of their. Did they attack an oil depot in Russia?
I think it was 25 miles in. And my favorite part is the Russians are mad that they were attacked. Like, gee, why would the Ukrainians do that?
Exactly. So, yeah, it's. I wish we could do a stronger response. But I stay out of politics in those regards.
Everybody's worried about the Russian missiles that they have, and I was too. But right now, it looks like their failure rate is about 60%. So the fear of that is getting a little less and less.
Well, yeah, they're going to. God knows if anything they have even works anymore.
Yeah, well, that's why their failure rate's 60%.
Yeah,
EOD in Ukraine apparently is staying really busy because there's just unexploded ordnance everywhere.
That's funny. So, hey, guys, we're going to be wrapping things up. Is there any last-minute questions or thoughts? Post them away. We'll give a few minutes, and then we're going to wrap up the show. And what do you got going on this weekend? Anything fun?
This weekend I got my kids because my ex is going away for a work function, so we're just bumming around the house, cleaning up. Probably get the basement ready for the new furnace. So exciting homeowner stuff.
What's the weather? What's the weather like this week? I haven't looked yet.
I believe cold and rainy. Well,
I was gonna say, if not Sunday, if you want to, we could do a ranch day.
yeah, because Colin's dying too, so
Right.
that might be a possibility.
I've got to go out. We shut the whole ranch down in the winter. I've been out there once. It's hard to get to it, snow wise. We don't plow the access into my ranch. I've got the last 200 yards is not plowed, and the way the wind is blowing is the snow can get really deep there. But it's open. I was in there a couple days ago and have fired up everything. Everything started and ran. So we'll be shooting a lot of segments this summer out on the ranch. It's a beautiful property. We're looking at plans here pretty soon to build a log cabin or a post and beam ranch house out there for parties, fun, place to live.
If you get in trouble, you can go out and if you buy too many cars, you have a place to stay.
That's right. All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping up. So trying to think how anything else to end with. There's a lot of things happening. I've never had so many different moving parts to this company in the history of the company. And the show today seemed a little disjointed only because I've been traveling. You were out.
Yeah.
Chris is out. It's been
chaotic week.
Yeah.
Chaotic 2 weeks, actually.
Yeah. So anyhow, we'll be back. I will not be broadcasting next week. I don't believe at this point, the schedule, I'm probably going to be on a plane flying back from Dallas on Friday morning. If I get back early enough, we'll shoot.
Yeah, you can set this up and, Becca and I can run it. And, I hear we're quite entertaining when we bicker.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, there you go.
One thing I'd like to throw out, Johnny D put that the question out about the magnetic stuff. If you guys have product ideas, hit us up because, we're only, 20 something people. We only come up with so many ideas. So if you have something, maybe something we could work with, it may not be, but, any idea we'd love to take a look at.
Absolutely. And always share photos we love to see what our customers do with their system. Because again, Liberty makes a gun safe. Every single safe is the same. They all look the same. Inside of our cabinets is really a tool that allows you to set it up in a way that works for you. That's why the military likes it. That's why a lot of people buy our stuff. So we love to see photos of some of the creative ways people use our system to solve storage problems.
Oh, I just had an idea. If we go shooting Sunday, you got to bring the shooting tree and see how I can do with my pistol against your Beretta.
Against a Storm?
Yeah. I think it'll be
He
tough.
wants to shoot a pistol against a Beretta Storm rifle.
It'll be tough.
You'll get your ass kicked.
I don't know. My 1911 is dead on. So
we'll set the tree up at 70 yards.
Oh, that's just me.
Guys, if you guys ever shot Beretta Storm, the only issue with it is it's a plastic trigger that feels like crap.
Yeah.
But it's a little tack driver, and we've got a dueling tree. We've got a High Point and the Beretta, and we've gone through a lot of 9mm on some days with that tree because it's funny. You can move very quickly with that little gun. It's one of the challenges in New York State is that's not a gun that we take to a public range.
Yeah, you can't.
It's
silly the stuff
frowned on.
It's silly the stuff that's banned on, or you have to register, and that you actually have to register long guns here.
Yeah, people hit me up on stuff. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap up. So thank you for joining us. Tune in 2 weeks from today. We will have we're going to have a lot of announcements. We've got several marketing initiatives and programs that will involve you guys, customers. We've also got SecureIt swag, shirts, hats, hoodies, zip-ups.
I haven't seen them yet. I'm dying to.
Oh, yeah, we got a whole line of SecureIt branded product, clothing coming out. We got a cool backpack, which I have the prototype. I actually took it home last night, first time. And that should be all showing up on our website. Orders have been placed. I don't know how long this stuff takes, but a lot of neat stuff happening. So any final words?
No, I was actually just surprised at how many customers were looking for swag because, I do it with some companies, but, it's kind of cool that we're finally doing that.
Yeah, it's You got Alex, Misfit Life. Alex Perez is one of our misfits here, who is, besides being a tech, sales, marketing, a whiz kid, he's done a lot of graphics works for the some logo work. There's going to be a shirt featuring one of his drawings, I think, in that mix. So, and he did a drawing for my tattoo, which I've not got yet. Been banging some ideas on that. For those who don't know, I turned 60. I said when I turn 60, I'm getting a tattoo. So I've got to get that done. I have not, it's actually kind of hard to schedule, and I'm traveling a lot. So it's, that's been a pain in the ass. But anyhow, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to wrap things up. We will be back in 2 weeks. And we are signing out.
As we're on here, Beth is beating me up to put my time yesterday.